Hondata just released a new app. Let's take a look at it. So Hondata just released a new app literally just hours ago. I took a look at it. I was so excited. I had to share the information with you guys. So if you guys aren't already familiar, there's a 10th generation Honda Civic hack that you can do on your head unit. So you can use Hondata Mobile on your head unit. That is not this app. This app is directly with your phone, and as far as I know, it's with your phone only. Apparently, the gist of the app is that you can connect it via Bluetooth to your Flash Pro, and then you get all of the information that your Flash Pro is using. So RPM, speed, gear, throttle position, boost pressure, etc., etc. But what it also does is it measures 0 to 60 time, lap times if you're on a racetrack, or just tracing whatever road you're on with a timer with vehicle information behind it, so you can see what's going on with your car while you're having a spirited drive. This is akin to the Honda Race app that will be standard with the 2020 and 2021 Honda Civic Type Rs. For anybody with a 2017, 2018, or 2019 Honda Civic Type R, you have to have the new head unit from Honda to make the Honda app work. But Hondata has developed their own app that looks like it pretty much does the same thing, and it's really, really cool. It uses Bluetooth connection with your phone to the Flash Pro, and as far as I can tell, it also uses Bluetooth connection to an outside camera. So that's what we're going to look at today. This is just a general overview, first impressions. This is my first time using this app too, other than just a few minutes ago. So bear with me, I'm kind of learning along with you guys on camera, all right? Let's take a look. So here's my phone, let's get into the app. So that's what the icon looks like there. You can download that on the Apple App Store or Android Play. And I've kind of already played around with this, so there's kind of like a finicky part about it right off the bat, is it's always trying to look for Bluetooth devices, which is kind of annoying. You know, I wish they built in some feature where if you click it off once or twice, it doesn't keep forcibly looking for a Bluetooth device. And for the record, I even have my Bluetooth turned off on the phone, so it should not be looking for anything right now. So I don't think this is really going to let us do anything until I get it hooked up to a Bluetooth device. So let me get in the car and hook it up to Flash Pro, and that way I can show you guys what's going on here. Okay, so now we're in my car. Everything is turned on. My Bluetooth is back on my phone. I got my Hondata mobile app up and running on my screen. Now let's go ahead and pull up the new Hondata app on my phone. All right, let's try this again. All right, should be looking for Bluetooth devices here. There it goes. Select Flash Pro. All right, and we're hooked up. So this is the dashboard. Now you can select how many different gauges you want on the screen. You know, just for demonstration purposes, I chose 8 different gauges, and they're pretty easy to change. So you can just click on it, and it'll change to different gauge types. So if you like the look of one versus the other, that's how you do that. And if you swipe to the right, that gives you your menu bar on the left hand side. This is interesting. So this is a heads-up display gauge. So if you click on this, that you know, that displays kind of like you could put this on the dashboard in front of you and use it as a makeshift heads-up display. Don't know if I'll actually use that. And then if you go back to the menu, you have a gauge list, lists all the different gauges that you can use. You can tap to add gauges. Here are all the different gauges you can add. Not going to go through all of them, but it looks like there's quite a decent amount. And here's one thing I noticed within the sensor menu here, if I can find it. So fuel temperature. So I'm gathering that this is how Honda is actually going to be measuring oil temperature in the 2020 and 2021 Honda Civic Type R. That's how a lot of aftermarket oil temp sensors work. A lot of them will connect just to the fuel. As the fuel comes up to temp, that's a good indication of what the temperature of your oil is. So that's what a lot of manufacturers and aftermarket gauges will use for oil temp. So I'm guessing that's why that's there. Fuel temp is actually going to be a makeshift way of measuring oil temp, which wouldn't apply to 2017 to 2019 just because we don't have that sensor. So let's go back here. So we have plotting. So you have graphs, and you can change what each of the graph is measuring. Diagnostic is like an OBD2 sensor. You know, just basically telling you what it's reading from OBD2. All right, so that's diagnostics. Fuel economy, pretty self-explanatory. Dashcam. So this is where it starts to get interesting for me. And there you see it just crashed. That's what I've experienced a couple of times playing around with this, is when you click into Dashcam, it'll crash. So now you got to reselect what you want to connect to. All right, try it again. Okay, looks like it's holding this time. All right, so there we go. There's the dash cam, and it's basically using the phone's camera. And you'll notice a map on the top left. So you can configure how this looks within the settings, and I'll show you where that is in a minute. I have all the information up there that I would be interested in. Coolant temperature, throttle position, gear, speed, RPM. It has coordinates on the top right if you so choose, with a date and time. So this is where you would go into, or this is basically what the camera and the phone will be seeing if you have it in racetrack mode and you're video recording your laps. You could also use this feature to record just a basic drive. We'll see if we get to that later today. But I just wanted to show you this so you can choose how many gears or how many plot points you want at the bottom, how many different gauges you want and what type of gauges. And then to start recording, you just hit the slider on the bottom left here. Now what I've noticed, I want to show you here real quick. So if I tap on the gas pedal, you see the throttle gauge on the second from the left, and that's moving. Hopefully you guys can see that. So it's reading, and RPMs are changing. It's reading. But the second I hit this record button, now it's recording and everything froze. The camera froze, the gauges froze. It's recording something, but not sure what it's recording because nothing is moving and nothing is focusing. So a little bit buggy. I realized this app was literally just released a few hours ago. I'm sure there's going to be bugs that they need to work out, but I don't doubt that Hondata will figure it out, along with help from directly from Honda. They do work closely together to bring us these great products, so I don't doubt for a second that they'll get all of this sorted out. And this is going to end up being a really great tool that I hope will replace my AIM lap timer and or Harry's lap timer, because those are the two things that I use now, and they just don't work as well as I wish they would in terms of getting me the information and superimposing it onto gauges and a camera and a lap time and etc., etc., all the information that's relevant to me as someone who tracks my car. So I'll turn the recording off. Alright, and then we'll go back to the menu. Alright, now we're looking at racetrack. Alright, so racetrack. So this is similar to Harry's lap timer, if any of you use that, where when you go to the racetrack and you want to do lap times, it's only going to give you the information, reading the time, lap time up top here, miles per hour, RPM, and lap time up in the blue over here, and or blue is best lap, red is current lap, and gap is the difference between your best and current lap. You can choose either track or drag racing, and it'll even do 0 to 60, so it'll detect once you start moving here, and then it'll time your 0 to 60, and then it shows you your results. It's pretty cool. I foresee a lot of good things coming through with this feature. I'm really anxious to try it out on track. And then here are your settings. Not 100% sure what the multi-adapter support is referring to. I don't know if that's like Bluetooth adapters or whatnot. High coolant temp warning, speed limit warning, we don't need that. HOD mode will flip all of the lettering backwards, so you could place your phone facing the windshield like this, and the reflection from your phone will show on the windshield. And while the lettering will look backwards on the screen, if you look directly at it, when it reflects off the windshield, it'll look straight to you. So that's what HUD mode means. Different gauge setups again. So this is for the heads-up display, what gauges you want to show on the heads-up display mode. Different add-ons. So here's something I want to point out. This is not a free app. Let me see if I can get it hooked up to my Bluetooth camera. So this is my Bluetooth camera setup here, which is how I normally have it set up for track days. I'll see if I can hook it up via Bluetooth, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. So after fiddling around with the settings for a little bit, I wasn't able to figure out a way to connect my Hondata app to my GoPro camera via Bluetooth or by Wi-Fi. I don't know that that's one of the features that the app has. It'd be really cool if it did. I think that's one of the limiting factors to the AIM lap timer. The AIM lap timer, you really have to use a proprietary camera to really get all of the information to sync up properly. And with the Harry's lap timer, you can do a separate video and then marry that to the lap time and information displayed while it was recording during your lap time. And it's a messy process, and I don't like dealing with it. I'm just looking for an all-in-one solution where I can use an external camera and mic, have it hook up seamlessly via Bluetooth, and have all the information displayed on the video from the camera that I choose. That would be awesome. So if it doesn't already do it, Hondata, if you're listening, please take a look into that. There's a lot of us out there that want to use external cameras, especially if you're going to be using this for lap times. It would be a really useful feature to have. So that's it for today's video, guys. I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of the brand new Hondata app. It looks like it's going to be a really great app to have, and a nice feature. It's really nice to have an option without having to go to 2020 or 2021 Civic Type R. It's nice to have those features even if you use it for drag racing or 0 to 60 or just messing around. And it's actually smart marketing move by Hondata too. They can generate more income through applications and in-app purchases. And look, I'm not against that one bit, because the more money that they have, the more money that they generate, the more revenue that they generate means more research and development for our cars, which is a big reason why Hondata, in my opinion, is still miles ahead of the K-Tuner V2 product. I mean, K-Tuner is good, and I've mentioned that. It is good. It's good for simplicity purposes, but if you want something that's going to be more advanced, give you room to grow and progress with you as a tuner or as an enthusiast, then for the FK8 Civic Type R, the Hondata app is hands down miles ahead, miles and miles ahead. So that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you're staying safe out there. This whole coronavirus scare. I'm stuck at home with the family, but it's all good times. I wanted to get this video out to you guys, so hope you learned something from it. Hopefully it was useful to you. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. As always, stay hungry, stay fast, stay tuned. I'm Michael Baxi, and I'm out.
Okay, I've been working like 3 jobs. Probably why I never see ya. Probably why I never have time for the fake friends that won't be ya. Oh God, I've been running now. Up early when the sun is out. Not setting out my own soul, but those real ones, they coming out. Oh look who's reaching out.